How to interrupt someone. Let me introduce you to two that persons. The first is that person who can't help themselves when someone else is talking. If they have a thought in their head, they have to announce it right now to the entire group. It doesn't matter if they interrupted the flow of conversation. Sometimes they'll offer a non-apology like, I'm sorry, but these are the interrupters. The second is that person who never enters the conversation at all. They're so timid, so tentative, so afraid to interrupt someone that they never get heard in the first place. How do we solve this problem? The answer is the permission-seeking question. The permission-seeking question is that special little loophole that allows you to interrupt the flow of conversation and add your own thought without conducting a hostile takeover of the other person's platform. I'll demonstrate what this looks like. It's beautiful and simple. Do you mind if I share a quick thought? Can I add something to what you're saying? Is it okay if I add one thing? Notice how it doesn't offend the person who's talking. It invites collaboration with that person. You can even use this strategy in order to signal disagreement. Do you mind if I share a differing perspective? Remember, conversations are collaborations, not contests. Follow me for more tips and click on the link in the bio for more information.
You must stop doing these 7 communication habits if you want people to like you. Communication expert Julian Treasure calls these the 7 deadly sins of speaking. Number 1, gossip. Specifically about people you both know but aren't there. It communicates that you do the same about them when they're not there. Number 2, judging. It's hard to be real with someone when you feel like they're disapproving. Number 3, negativity. Be the person that others walk away from feeling energized, not drained. Number 4, complaining. Like fast food, feels great in the moment, but it's bad for you in the long term. Number 5, excuses. Isn't it hard to be around people over and over who don't take responsibility for anything? Number 6, exaggeration. This causes people to break trust with you, especially if they were there with the thing you're exaggerating on. Dude, it wasn't 120 miles an hour, it was only 60. It wasn't $200, it was 40. Number 7, dogmatism. This is where you're confusing facts and opinions. Your way or the highway. This is the only one truth. So remember, these 5 habits will solve 80% of your problems. 1. Plan the day the night before. If you have no clarity about what it is you're trying to get done in any given day, you'll be busy, but not productive. If you give yourself a basic framework for your days, you'll be much more likely to pack your days with useful work that adds value to your life. Finish each day by writing the 5 most important things you want to get done tomorrow, and start each day by working those 5 things. 2. Deploy the 5-minute rule. The 5-minute rule is a cognitive behavioral technique that is designed to help you overcome procrastination in order to become more productive. Essentially, all you need to do is commit to spending just 5 minutes on whatever it is you're procrastinating, after which you're free to stop if you want. In most cases, you'll continue to work after the 5-minute timer expires. But knowing that you can stop if you want to will give you that little extra incentive to start something you may have been putting off. 3. Create a morning ritual. A solid morning routine will brighten your mood and give you more energy during the day, reduce anxiety, boost your productivity levels, and make you feel better overall. How you spend your morning determines and influences the rest of the day. You want to start the day in the best possible way, and that begins with the exact things you decide to do upon waking. At the very least, hydrate yourself, meditate and stretch, journal and read over your tasks for the day that you prepared the night before. 4. Follow the 80-20 rule. Simply put, the 80-20 rule states that the relationship between input and output is rarely, if ever, balanced. When applied to work, it means that approximately 20% of your efforts produce 80% of the results. Learning to recognize and then focus on that 20% is the key to making the most effective use of your time. Gain more control over your time and your work by taking one small step right now. Simply begin to look for the signs that will tell you whether you're in your 20% or your 80%. This increased awareness of what's vital to your life and your life's work may be all you really need to start using your time more effectively. 5. Get enough rest. Getting a good night's sleep is incredibly important for your health. In fact, it's just as important as diet and exercising. Though sleep needs vary from person to person, most adults require between 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night.
Yet up to 35% of adults in the United States don't get enough sleep. Sleep may seem like a waste of time. You could instead be answering messages, working on your business, repairing the deck, or decking the halls. But research shows that you're more likely to succeed at your tasks and enjoy greater well-being if you get some serious shut-eye. Set a regular bedtime, cut out caffeine at least 6. 8 hours before bed. Focus on reducing stress in your life, exercise consistently, and set up your bedroom for sleep by removing any distractions, such as a TV or your phone on the bedside table. Drop a 100 if you read this far. This shows you are part of the 0.01% who actually finish what they start. If you are serious about changing your life, then make sure to join our movement by leaving us a follow.
Get off the content. Get off the dopamine. You know how much bigger your muscles are going to get by watching YouTube videos about your muscles getting bigger? 0%. You know how much money you're going to make by watching YouTube videos about making money? $0. You're not getting better. Go out and make your life better. You need to go to bed every single night knowing that you got better. And watching another podcast, another YouTube video, learning another piece of useless information is not you getting better. Do you know what the definition of useful is? Because what happens is, you watch these videos, you listen to these podcasts, you read these audiobooks, and you say, wow, this information's useful. Only if you use it. That's what makes information useful. You have to apply the information in real life for it to be useful. You are tricking yourself into thinking you are productive. You are not.
You can pay your bills, take care of your haircut, take care of your family, go on a nice trip. You're happy, you made a good choice, you got the right people in your life. Nigga, you won.
That's right.
That's success.
Biggest mistake that I see young people, or people who are young in the game, making is that they want to become millionaires in 90 days. And when most times, you could guarantee that you could become a millionaire in a decade. But you have to be willing to not be a millionaire for 9 of those 10 years. And if I had everyone sign a contract that said that when they were 20, they could all be millionaires for their 30. But no one's willing to do that. And so what happens is, for the rest of their lives, they keep chasing the shiny object over and over again and keep battling the same boss every day.
Pick up a girl and drop her home. Don't say, oh, I'll meet you there at 9 o'clock. Pick her up on the way. That's a gentlemanly thing to do. And obviously after, make sure she gets home safely. I've already discussed this, but pay the bill. The next simple thing, pull out the chair for her. If a woman does not treat you with respect, if she is late, if she is on her phone all the time during your date, if she is all of these things, and you still do all of those acts and do it for a prolonged period of time, even though she disrespects you, you are a simp. If a woman is nothing but respectful to you, on time, listens, is not on her phone, has positive, uplifting energy, and you do all of those things, you are a gentleman. You are the modern gent. So there's a very big difference. You need to understand that difference.
Never assume that the person you're with, no matter how much they love and care about you, cares about your time as much as you do. Because they will, I promise you, even people that care about you will inadvertently waste a decade of your life if you let them. And they will still care about you, and they'll still say they love you, and they'll still feel guilty about it afterwards, but it won't stop them doing it. Because people do what's comfortable for them, not what's right for you.
If you have these 10 traits, you are guaranteed to be successful. 1. You love to learn. You have a burning desire to learn new things and improve on the things you already know. People who have an ambition to learn are most likely to succeed in life. Successful people never stop learning. 2. You plan ahead. You like to structure your future. Making plans and setting goals is something you enjoy doing. Even setting small goals like a bedtime shows you are determined and a go-getter. Successful people always plan and achieve targets. 3. You make friends easily. You find it easy to get along with people, and you always find people have good things to say about you. It may be hard to believe, but sometimes just being a likable person can get you very far in life. 4. You have a desire to help people. Helping people is something you do instinctively. You empathize with those around you and always offer a helping hand or a listening ear. Sometimes it's not all about your successes, but helping others to be successful. 5. You failed, but you've kept going. You do your best to achieve something, and when it doesn't go your way, you don't give up. Being a successful person doesn't mean that you are always achieving. Things are bound to go wrong at times, but it's how you react that is the key to whether you are successful or not. 6. You understand the power of no. You manage expectations well and know when you need to say no. A lot of unsuccessful people have a bad habit of trying to do everything themselves and never turn down any requests. Successful people understand that not everything is a priority and not everything can be done at once. 7. You wake up early. You wake up early and sometimes even before your alarm clock goes off. The early bird catches the worm is the age-old saying, but it's still very true. Getting up early means you're a go-getter. Lazy people aren't successful. People who get up and go are. 8. You're not afraid to ask for help. You know asking for help is a sign of strength and not a sign of weakness. Successful people know that it's impossible to achieve everything by themselves. They know that sometimes it's okay to ask people for their expertise. 9. You know how to manage your time. Sometimes your workload can be very demanding, but you know how to prioritize and divide your time effectively between your tasks. A truly successful person understands their workload and can prioritize what is to be done in an efficient way. 10. You don't criticize, condemn, or complain. Even when you are achieving your goals and feel like you're becoming more successful, you never criticize other people and their work. You encourage others to be successful too. No one can accept and approve of everything. There will be times when you won't be able to accept or approve of other people's work, but you know how to communicate and give constructive feedback. Successful people don't put others down. Drop a 100 if you read this far. This shows you are part of the 0.01% who actually finish what they start. If you are serious about changing your life, then make sure to join our movement by leaving us a follow.
Loose lips sink ships. And in 2022, you need to be very careful who you share things with. And you have to be very selective with who you choose to be around. Because I can tell you right now, a lot of the people who say they want the best for you, they are praying and they are wishing for your downfall. So wise up and just remember, as I said, loose lips sink ships.
If you always worry about what other people think of you and you never feel good enough, there's one thing you can do that people often learn in therapy. Stop trying to control the uncontrollable and instead focus on what you can control, like what you think of you. Ask yourself, am I the kind of person that I like? Do I approve of me? When you can honestly answer those questions with a yes, then disapproval from others still stings. It's much easier to deal with.
If someone spit in your mother's face, a snowflake test, 96.4% of the people that take the snowflake test fail. The first or second question on the test, if someone spit in your mama's face, what are the choices? There's 4 or 5 choices. The choice that's most clicked is I would try to ascertain, I would try to figure out where he was coming from and if he had a bad day. Now what the fuck does that have to do with spitting in your mama's face? I would try to figure out if he had a bad day. Does that mean if he had a bad day, it's all right to spit in your mother's face? We have another test.